Good evening. Hey, Drew. I'll be back in a second. Let me just put away a few things here while I'm standing here. Okay, how's that look? That looks good. Okay. Alright, we're back. I only kind of put everything back after Saturday because I was really tired at the end of the day. Um, Hold on. What did I say? Remember this morning when you interrupted class? I said you had to hold on 1 minute, and then you just kept meeping. Yeah. Um, Actually, today is really wild because 16 hours of streaming equals you feel like you jet lag for the next like 3 days. So I just kind of left everything out. So I've been in the last couple minutes I've been trying to clean up a little bit. Um, I was doing yoga earlier, like in the middle of all my streaming stuff. It was very weird. All right, let me go feed Squeaky down here. Oh, he's already walking over. Yeah. Come on, let's go. Squeaky, man. Let me tell you. So, we are now at $420 raised for the year for Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, which is amazing. Uh, we at some point on Saturday got another $10 donation. I'm not sure when that was, but that happened. I think it was actually somebody from the Extra Life Philly group. Um, there's a couple people in there that like donate to random streams. This week we are officially beginning RPG Thursdays, rebooting that from a number of years ago. And the first game we're gonna play that I'm like, I don't know, quarter of the way through, a third of the way through, is Dragon Quest on the NES. I started playing that back in the last spring, and then I got diverted by a bunch of. Can you be quiet down there? I got diverted by a bunch of other games and never quite got back to it. So, not my favorite game in the series, but we got to get through it at least once so I can do a podcast about it. And so I printed a guide. I have the next 3 pages of the guide in front of me, and we'll figure out where we are and take it from there. So that'll be Thursdays. We've got a whole bunch of RPGs lined up for 2021. I think there's a list on the overlay. Okay, you be quiet down there. Why don't you go sit down somewhere? Um, Sunday night we'll be playing Little League Championship baseball, which is a really cool game. So let's dive in here. Okay, so I was playing Axiom Verge earlier. I'm pretty much heading towards endgame. I'm at 87% of the map, and I'm starting to. I got the item that lets you like open up a big part of the world that wasn't opened up yet. So it's just a matter of finding which part of that is the one that basically sends me to endgame. So hopefully I'll have that done kind of soon. Um, and I was playing Banner Saga last night. lay down. There you go. Oh, this is really loud. Hold on. So, Dragon Quest was originally called Dragon Warrior in America. I forget the exact story. So we want level 8. But it was called Dragon Warrior in America for the first 4 games, I guess. And then it was switched back over to Dragon Quest. Yeah, so this was an Enix game pre-merger. This was an Enix game. This was their, Square had Final Fantasy, Enix had Dragon Quest. And yeah, so nowadays they're one company. And but this is the reissued version. The graphics have been souped up a little bit. It's a bit of a combination of the Super Nintendo version and the iPad version. So, I don't know. Take that for what you will, I guess. So, when you save, you have to go back to the... One of the things that sucks in this game is when you save, you have to go all the way back to the king. Which is kind of annoying. And this is very familiar and famous music here from the Dragon Quest series. Yeah, not my favorite game in this series. My favorites are 5 and 5. 5, 4... 5, 4, and 9. Yeah. And one day we'll stream them. Okay, so according to this guide, let's see. And so the other thing to know about this game is it's very heavily menu based. This is a frustration with a lot of early RPGs coming off of the PC, off of games like Wizardry and Ultima that were very heavily menu based. I remember always being very frustrated by this game and they've actually simplified the menus here a little bit. So we're at level 8. That's where it says we're supposed to be. We need a large shield and a half plate. So we've got to get 1800 G. We'll just call it Gil. So we have 764. So we have to go to the village of Coal. Oh, we have to go to Garenham, too. Okay. Right. So those were the... And this is, very famous music. So, if I recall correctly... No, it's not down, it's up. So everything's front-facing. If you've ever seen old RPGs that are front-facing like this, it's probably the influence of, I mean, it's Ultima and Wizardry and stuff like that, but it's also Dragon Quest. And one of the problems with this game is there is so much grinding. So This is gonna be like Fantasy Star 3 a couple years ago, where I have to do this on stream because I will. That's why I kind of put it down because it was like, oh, I gotta do how much, and it was like I'm never gonna do this myself. That was all those Fantasy Star streams that Steph was there for to like hang out with me because I was just like going nuts the whole time. Yes, Carmilla from Carmilla. Sheridan LaFonu. Now, one of the things that makes it a little easier here is they've nerfed the difficulty a little bit in this version. So, grinding's a little easier. Fortunately, at least. But it's still, like, extraordinarily tedious. Okay, yeah, there's a town. So, we'll figure out where we are. I don't know the map of this game all that well. I've never actually beaten this game. Coal. Okay. So, alright, let me get a pen, actually. Watch out, pause. Let me get my pen. Just to kind of mark off things as we go. So, as always, you don't have to wait till you get all the money to buy stuff you need. Make 800, go get the large shield, and then make another 1,000 and go to call for the half plate. Alright, let's do that first. So, where are we? We're at 800. Alright, so, can you get out of my way? There. So, we just gotta grind for a little while. But yeah, I got this far, but I was just like, I can't do this. Because it's so tedious. But they've definitely nerfed it a little bit. So it's easier. For sure. I still think the best way to do this is what Sega did with the first Phantasy Star game for Sega Ages, where they like double the experience points you get and the gold that you get. That makes it like, you know, pretty straightforward, although, you know, a little dodgy still. Yes, it's very tedious and meandering. A lot of RPGs were back then. It's a lot of grinding. Ooh, somebody actually got a shot off. Yeah, this was just kind of how... Especially if you didn't know what you were doing. Slime. I have a slime toy on my bookshelf. Yeah, back then you would just kind of... And so this is the other town. Okay. Alright, I got this. I think it's more that Pokemon look like slimes. But yes. Is this the other town? Oh no, this is the, Oh yeah, is this old guy? Yeah, it's more Pokemon look like slimes than slimes look like Pokemon. About a 10-year head start. And Dragon Quest still is on. Dragon Quest 11 came out last year. I have it on my Switch. I've played, I don't know, 10, 15 hours of it. That's another game at some point. Got to get back around to. Just haven't had a chance. Especially right now, because I'm playing so much Axiom Verge. And I started playing Banner Saga last night. I bought Banner Saga in a sale like 2 years ago, and I never played it. And I was like, I don't even remember what this game. Why did I buy this game? And it turns out it's like a tactics game. It's like a tactics game, but it's like the graphical style is very like, it's like almost cartoonish. It's a little different for sure. Oh, be quiet down there. Hey, scorpions are just about the only thing that can even get a shot off at this point. Are we at 1,000? Yep. Alright, so let's go. Yeah, and so many random battles, you know. I mean, that was when I was replaying Final Fantasy back in the spring. Yeah, that was a big problem with that. Yeah, let me go feed him again, so he... If I feed you, will you be cool? You interrupted class this morning. I was making a very important point about a James Baldwin short story, and you interrupted. Here, have some food. So I picked him up, and I made him talk to the class. And I was like, do you have anything to say? And he just said, "Rawr," and jumped out of my arms and ran away. Alright. What are we getting here? Half plate. Okay. Yeah, in Final Fantasy... See, the thing in Final Fantasy, though, is I didn't mind the grinding too much, because you need to level up. For sure. Oh, wait, do I already have this? No, okay. But near the end of the game, it just gets, like, really, really annoying to have to, just kind of keep grinding. Yes, I would like to sell my chainmail. And do I have anything else I can sell? No. Actually, I should use that, let's see the strength. Okay, so we gotta go to the other town. We got the half plate. So now we need the shield. But yeah, at the end of Final Fantasy, it's just like they throw so many enemies at you, and you're just like, okay, can I just like get to the end of this game? At a certain point, it gets like frustrating. That's how a lot of those games were. Like you get near the end, and it's just like, all right, rep. I mean, there are games like that today too. The Last of Us was actually a game like that where I was like, all right, can we just like wrap this up, please? And that thing where you have to like get out of the hospital, I screwed it up like 5 times, and I was just like, can I just finish this game? You know, I'm ready to move on here. Please, can I move on? All right, let's go back. Yeah, I don't know. I get to the point in a lot of games where Final Fantasy VII was another one like that, where the like run up to fighting Sephiroth was just kind of okay. Can I just like fight this guy? I'm kind of over this. We were talking about that on when we streamed Final Fantasy IX. At the end, there's a couple of really hard battles that I don't know. I think there's like one too many. It's kind of annoying. Alright, so go back. Oh, the Drakey dodged. Wow. No, not really. I mean, by the end of the third one, I did kind of want to wrap it up because I wanted to make sure that I got the like the good ending and all that stuff. You know, because everybody that was like such a anxiety thing of oh I hope I got this right, and I did. I nailed it, so it was fine. Yes. Yes. I got the full Shepherd lives at the end. Um, I got the full thing where they show her and her that she crashed and her arm kind of moves. I got the whole all right, where's this other Garenham? Was that the one that was up here? I can't remember. I should have downloaded a map. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Mass Effect Mondays coming spring. 2021. Gallenholm. Okay. Alright, we're in the right place at least. Alright, so we need the large shield. Yeah, that's gonna be what am I looking for here? So I need an iron shield. Is that what I want? Yeah. Okay. So we need 800. Yeah, because I don't have it, right? Yeah, the leather shield. Okay. Oh, be quiet. Alright. So we got grind to 800. Yeah, I'm curious about like how they remaster it. They've been kind of vague so far about what's going to go into that. It sucks they're not going to have the multiplayer. The multiplayer for that game is so fun for Mass Effect 3. I had so much fun doing that. Actually, the Andromeda one is pretty cool too. I played a lot more of the multiplayer for Andromeda than I actually played Andromeda. I beat Andromeda in like the weirdest way. Like I just kind of shortcut my way through it and ended up like at the end. And then it was like, oh, game over. The credits rolled, and I was just like, okay. We're gonna go through 2 and 3, but not 1 because 1 is so different. And if you start with 2, you can just make all your story choices from 1. So I figure we'll just start with 2. Be quiet. That was how I did it last time. I started with 2. With, Shepard going out and flying away after meeting Miranda. Yeah, those games definitely have very cool soundtracks. Very, very, kind of ethereal, like kind of Brian Eno-ish. I was actually just thinking about Brian Eno. One of my film students has been asking me about, like, they're interested in older films, and by older they mean like the 80s and 70s, not the 30s, like I think of older films as being. And so I've been giving them some suggestions, like all the stuff I've been watching on Saturday nights, like all those the Schwarzenegger films and all. And I was like, yeah, go watch all that Running Man and Terminator. And they were asking about documentaries. They're real into documentaries, and so I told them one of the ones that they should check out is the For All Mankind from the moon landing with that like really cool Brian Eno soundtrack. And it's probably on like YouTube or whatever. I have the DVD, but that's a oh wow, we're like really getting hit here. We just level up. I went back over here because there is better. She's the medicinal herb. We'll get to 800 quicker over here. See, and the amount of random battles too. That was what I was saying about Final Fantasy earlier. Especially at the end, it just drives you nuts. There's a right before you head to the end game in Final Fantasy, the last dungeon you're in, the Warmech dungeon. I did not run into Warmech this time. and I was pissed actually because I had my team pretty well set up that I could have beat Warmac, which I've only done once before. I was actually kind of looking around for him and I could not find him, so too bad. So Warmac in Final Fantasy One, in the last dungeon you go in before the Temple of Fiends, um, is this like killer robot that you have essentially, according to Nintendo Power, it was a 1 in 100 shot. It's actually a little less than that. It's like 1 in 60 or something like that. Apparently, and um, if you're not like super leveled up, he's gonna like one shot kill you. But if you can get a couple turns on him, you can beat him. And my party was, if my white mage could have shielded everyone, and then my black belt and my knight could have gotten off shots, we would have had a good chance. Especially if my black belt rolled a real high attack, I think we could have done it. But I didn't. I wandered around in there for a little while, and I couldn't find him, unfortunately. But I've only faced him twice. On the NES, I faced him, and on the PS1, and I beat him on the PS1. And it was just got a couple good shots in, and then just went for it. Because it's one of these battles that's just like it's a free shot. If you lose, oh well, you just go back to your save. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. The first of many in Final Fantasy games, like kind of bonus enemies like that. Like how 4 has, right before you go to endgame in 4, there's a couple of summons that are unlocked that you can fight. It doesn't tell you. It just, like, they just appear in the game. And the only reason you would know is if you, like, wandered around in, like, in a couple of the castles again, just to see if there was anything new, which of course people did. So you can get Bahamut. It's Bahamut, and there was somebody else, and they're tough fights for sure. It's Bahamut and the fire one. I forget his name now. But you fight them, and then you have them to summons at the end, and they're, particularly Bahamut is really useful. And then 6 has some stuff like that. 7 has Omega Weapon, who I've never beaten. See, I didn't do all the crazy shit that people did in Final Fantasy VII, with like grinding and chocobo breeding and all that stuff. I had a friend in college who he maxed out his party at level 99, and they could just do hold on, I gotta reply to Kate. She's inquiring about the stream. Um, where he did all this like crazy stuff, where if you cast Knights of the Round, you would just slaughter everything in the game. It was really interesting. And Final Fantasy IX's got a couple things like that too. You can fight. Um, just kind of test out your party. There were two in Final Fantasy IX. There was an Omega weapon, and there was something else too you could fight. And I never beat them. That friend had a job at a bowling alley, and they had a PlayStation there that he would just like sit there, and when it was slow, like when Final Fantasy IX came out, it was in the fall, so once it hit like now, it like really slowed down. Um, he used to just sit there and play Final Fantasy VII all night, and so he was able to like level up like crazy. He was always ahead of me that semester. It's probably like December when I beat it. And then Tactics came out in January. Oh, I gotta move my foot. In today's yoga thing, I was doing all these arch exercises. So my right arch is very sore. Oh wow, we're almost to 800. All right, we can start heading back. That's okay. Ooh, hacker alias Vanna Dwight just started up. I actually just learned Vanna Dwight's name the other day, but I forget what it is already. He was on Greg's stream. Yeah, I forget his name. I've known him for like 3 years, just as username Vanna Dwight. But yeah, as you're saying, Drew, tedious for sure. That's why we had to do this on stream, because I can't do this myself. It'll drive me nuts. It definitely will. But this was how these games were. Not necessarily. You do have magic, but I don't think I have any yet. But they don't really, these enemies don't really need it. Am I at 800? Oh, 790. Okay. Let's go back out real quick. Later on, um, yeah, like I have spells. Um, I have like a fire spell. I have a heal. I have a sleep, but you don't really. I mean, I can show you. It's a lot of the same and not just progression. Yeah, yeah. Welcome to mid 1980s RPGs. Yeah, this was why when we did Fantasy Star 3, we had I'm still 786. I had to do it on stream because Fantasy Star 3 is the same thing. It's just like you get to a new town and it's okay, gotta grind a little more, and you're like, oh, come on. And the problem in Fantasy Star 3 too is if you don't, you will get your ass kicked. As you know, Steph was here for a stream once where I was like, I don't know, let's go in this dungeon, and I got like murdered, because I wasn't leveled up right. That was that one dude that was hanging on the stream. I forget his name now. He does I was watching his stream the other day. He does Fantasy Star 4 ROM hacks. Like tests of them. They look cool. Alright, so we need the Iron Shield. Yes. I will equip it. The other annoying thing in this game too is like the fake like medieval language stuff from like Wizardry and Ultima and all. Like it's a little insufferable. All right, so we'll sell our leather shield, and we'll sell plain clothes. And we'll go again. All right. Okay. So now we gotta go back to the castle and save. Yeah, one of the problems in this game is you have to constantly go back to the castle, but um unequip that. Some of these Dragon Quest games haven't been reissued recently. The 1, 2, 3, and I think 4 are on the Switch. They should do the rest. Five's the best one, by far. I think the last time it was reissued was on the, I think it was the DS. I think that's the one I own. It's either the GBA or the DS. That's the best, like, by far. Like, it's not even close. And then 9. 11's good. only being able to save with the king is not ideal, I will say. Alright, so what are we doing here? You should be on level 9 now, which we are, I think, right? Yep. Alright, so we're going to go get the fighter ring. So we need... Alright, from the village of Cole, you're going to want to go back down to Tannigel Castle and heal up. Okay, then you should probably run around and gain some experience points if you're not yet at level 9. Okay, we are. This is when you learn the spell Radiant, which has the same effect as a torch. Do we have that? Ah, yes, Glow. They call it Glow in this version. From Tanago Castle, go west. Remember the bridge leading south? We fought some enemies down there, but I told you to stay close to the bridge. We'll go back to that place. Okay. What bridge? Oh, come on. Yeah. The random battles are just really ridiculous in this game. I wish there was a way... One of the things that some of these games will do, all the Final Fantasy reissues basically let you turn them off. Because I know we did that when we were streaming through Final Fantasy 9. We just kind of turned them off at different parts of the game. And we're like, whatever. I don't know what we're talking about here. Go west. Go west. Remember the bridge leading south? We fought some enemies down there. Do you mean up here? Oh, okay. Unfortunately, with a lot of these old guides, you're just kind of at the behest of whether the person who wrote it. And here's an advertisement for liberal arts degrees. If the person actually knows how to like write properly and describe things. If not, you're kind of screwed. Oh, puzzle wouldn't lay down. We had that problem last month with the Castlevania 2 guide we were using was just, like, not well written. And so there were a couple places where I would, like, read the paragraph and just, like, I don't know what that means. Alright, so we're supposed to find a bridge over here. Oh, okay, here we go. Now we're making progress. Is there a quick save in this? I guess there isn't. Okay. Alright, we're crossing the bridge. Okay. From the bridge, head south. When you reach the bottom, go right. And then where the path branches into two areas cut by some mountains, take the top route and enter the cave. Oh, that's that. Okay, yeah, that's that cave that we saw earlier. Alright. That purple is poison. That's an issue. Not that one, but There's places later in the game that you need herbs to avoid the poison. So we said top, right? Take the top route. Oh, yeah. This is the cave we saw earlier. Okay. Alright, we're making progress. I love the cave music. Alright, we're done with page 1. Oh, I gotta stretch out. I adjusted, when I was doing yoga yesterday, I adjusted, my back was so sore from Extra Life Day. Sitting here for 16 hours was just, I woke up the next morning, I was so sore. And when I did my yoga yesterday, I adjusted my back and, oh, it felt so much better. Page just went online. Alright. So, this is Rock Mountain Cave, and you should definitely get the fighter's ring while we're here. It's the only reason we're here, actually. I hate it when people write guides all cutesy like this. Just get to the damn point. Oops, Sonic Fox just went on. When you enter Cast Radiant, our primary objective here is to get the fighter's ring. A side quest is also to get 3,000 gold to buy a full plate. Now we gotta get more armor. Ugh. Vey. Which will significantly raise our defense, even more than it already is, and it's a good thing to do. Alright, let's go get the fighter's ring. Go up, taking the paths, and keep going until you hit a corner and a staircase, and head right instead of going on the staircase. Keep heading right. Go right, and then down. There should be... Okay, this is... Alright. We'll figure it out as we go. Up. A lunatic. Get it? So many ghosts plaguing this land. I don't know what's going on with that. Oh, I saw the staircase. Just all this stuff is just wandering around. Ghosts and slimes. Dragon Quest Builders actually does a pretty good job of visualizing like what that actually looks like. To just have all these like slimes all over the place. I really liked Dragon Quest Builders, except I got to the end of one of the chapters, and it turns out I'd lost a story item somehow, and I couldn't trigger the next event that I needed to do, and there's no way to get it. Like, you can't, like, replicate it or buy it again or anything like that. And I was just kind of like, what the hell? I was so mad because it's a cool game. It's like Animal Crossing but Dragon Quest. But I was really mad about that. And I'm actually not the only person I know who had that happen to. Actually, I know a couple people that had the same thing happen. Whoa, 11. Shit. That's not good. Yeah, I'm not sure where we're... I think I'm kind of lost a little bit here. 341 gold coins. Alright, let's see where that is. I didn't even see it. I don't know. Oh, we gotta cast glow. Yeah. Let's go down here. Alright, looks like there's a way up above. So let's go. Yeah. And of course, Dragon Quest, the artists who originally conceptualized all this stuff, also did Dragon Ball Z. Like if you look at the original art, you're gonna see a lot of similarities. And it also the Dragon Ball Z video game on the NES, Dragon Power, which was one of my introductions to anime without knowing that that was what it was. In fact, I straight up no clue. This was 1989. Is this it? 531. Hopefully it's coming up. Oh, shit. Alright, we gotta heal. Torch. Oh, my pockets are full. Discard. Yes. What time is it even? 8:03. Okay. $46. Wow, not bad. Down here. Oop, we gotta cast glow. Oh, that was that other staircase, right? Yeah, that's not that one. What's over there? Too many random battles. How do I get down there? See, even these enemies aren't taking off much because we got the better armor. Yeah, so that's where it is. But how do I get in there? Oh, crap. Oh, no. No! Ugh. Dude, not cool. Alright, I can't get in there. So, what do we got here? Ah, the Warrior's Ring. Alright, never mind the other thing. Yeah, that's a big thing in this game is these enemies that will put you to sleep and then that used to like 30 years ago, that was one of the things that made me go, "You know what? I'm going to go play that Final Fantasy game that just came out. I heard that one's good instead of this." Because I was just like, dude, not friggin' cool at all. Alright. So you equip the fighter's ring to gain small bonuses in strength and speed. You can't take the ring off after you equip it. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, so there is not in this cave, but in another cave, there's a ring. Um, there's a ring that basically it like makes you so that you're not allowed to go into the castle anymore. Like to consider you like a forbidden person because you're wearing it, but you can't take it off. And so you can't save. So you have to like restart. I had that happen to me in yay olden days of yore. Alright. Now comes the question of how do we get out of here? Does the fairy flute take you? I forget what this does. Can't be used now. Okay. Alright. Ooh, shit. Alright, we gotta find our way back out. all of this is in vain. Oh, here's a new level. There's actually, at the beginning of Final Fantasy, there's some enemies. Not like at the beginning, but like the second, like, town. No, the third town you go to. There's zombies right outside of it that one-on-one are easy, but once in a while you'll run into like 7 or 8 of them, and they do the same thing that that dude did. They cast sleep on you, and then you're screwed. You know, you're just you know, you're just out of luck basically. Yeah, here we go. All right. I presume we got to go back down. Yeah, we got beat on stream when we were playing Fantasy Star, um, in some dungeon, and it was the same kind of thing. Like we just got like ganged up on and got our butts kicked. All right, one more floor. Oh no, no, no shit, wrong way. Uh, wasn't it? I think it was up in the corner, maybe. See, in the old days, I would have had one of my friends sitting with me, and one of us would have been making a map while the other played. And then we could have referred back to it, but it's not how things go these days. Actually, is there a map? No, there's not. That was the way up. We're looking for a way down. And back out. I'm starting to see why I never finished this game. This is, like, really annoying. Yeah, that was the one that it wasn't it. So what we're looking for... And there's no map. Yeah, well, yeah, that too. Right, exactly. It's, like, really... it's like a really banal map. Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. Whoa, what's this? Oh. You don't have any keys. Okay. Yeah, this is like really tedious trying to get out of here. I like how there's just a bunch of wizards like wandering around in a cave. Yeah, because I don't think it's that. That's the staircase that goes nowhere, I think. Isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, the random encounters are just awful. Just way too, especially when you're lost. This was usually the time as a kid where I would just be like, pretty pissed. I'm probably running out of magic too. That's the way. I think that's. Is this it? Ah! I don't know. We found it. Alright, let's go save. Ugh. Ugh. Dude, not cool. Not cool at all. Oh, what's it say? Oh, you have to go back to coal to get more armor. We need 3,000. So more grinding. Ugh. The next thing you do is you go to the cave where the princess is kept by the green dragon, except you don't save the princess yet. In fact, technically in this game, you do not have to save the princess. You can beat the dragon lord without saving the princess. It's not actually a requirement, which is kind of funny. Yes. Whew. Alright, let's sit here for a minute. That was incredibly annoying. Oh, we gotta, Yeah, at least I got out, right, right. If we wandered around there for another half hour and, oh, I don't know where to go, I would have really felt like an idiot. There was something we were once playing on stream years ago where that happened, where I just got, like, stuck somewhere and, um, we just kind of kept looping around and couldn't figure out where we were supposed to go, and it was like, okay, well, I guess we're not playing this anymore. Doe. Somebody's car alarm's going off. Alright, so we gotta grind for another 700. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do at RPG night. We're not playing this every week. We're gonna have to rotate this with something else, because this is gonna drive me insane to try to play every week. We'll have to pick something else from the list. Yeah, this is not fun to play. This is really trying my attention span, like, really badly. So where are we going? We're going to coal again. Okay. Yeah, and, you know, before you had guides, you just had to kind of figure this all out yourself. You know, which was not fun. And I'm telling you, I know I've said this a couple times on these streams, but I think the reason why in America at least, I mean, Dragon Quest was like a smash hit in Japan, um, as featured in Nintendo Power when I think it was Dragon Quest 3 came out. They had to ban video games from being put out during the week because every student just like skip school to go buy it. I remember there was a thing in Nintendo Power about it. It was just like, whoa, okay. And it turns out that's like a little kayfabed, but sort of true. As many things in Nintendo Power often were. And, I think the big reason why Final Fantasy took off and not Dragon Warrior was because it was a guide. You know, Final Fantasy was a cryptic as all hell game in some ways. A lot of it's, understandable, but some of it is not. And if there wasn't a guide, yeah, I think that's why it took off instead of Dragon Warrior / Quest. Yeah, so what do we got? 2,300. Okay. Now Nintendo Power actually did do a giveaway for Dragon Warrior. They did one for Final Fantasy, I think, too. Because that's why a lot of people had Dragon Warrior, because they'd subscribed to Nintendo Power, and it came with their subscription. We subscribed before that happened. I was Nintendo Power issue 3. No, 2. 2 was my first one. Castlevania 2. The controversial cover with Simon Belmont holding Dracula's head on it. That I guess was realistic enough that some parents complained. I missed issue 1. I got it later. They did a reprint like a year later. Issue 1 was Super Mario 2. And then issue 3 was Track and Field 2. Which I actually went back to play a couple years ago, and it did not hold up. I remember liking that game. So we got to pick another RPG to play. So what I'm thinking is maybe to go back to Newtopia and play that on the alternating Thursdays, because that was fun. That was really fun. I had a blast with that. The hour or so we played it, and I just need to get a guide and. I think that was a cool game, for sure. Yeah, I thought Newtopia was, as long as it's not this game, yeah. Yeah, we'll only play this on alternating Thursdays. Thankfully, this game isn't actually that long, as I remember. Because, oh, I can't see all the way over there. Like, the guide's not that long. It's just a lot of doing this in between stuff. But yeah, Newtopia seemed like it was going to be pretty cool. But yeah, I definitely wanted to finally podcast about Dragon Quest, so I figured we might as well play through it. So I can at least be able to say, yeah, I beat that once. Yeah, I bounced off this game. We owned it, but I bounced off it like 4 or 5 times. I get about this far and just like, okay, I can go play other things. Yeah, which by then would have been like, yeah, Final Fantasy and Crystallis, Fexanadu. And then once the Super Nintendo came out, and they had like real RPGs. I remember my copy of Dragon Warrior, the cover got like torn on it, like the sticker got torn on it somehow. I never figured out how that happened. I should ask my brother. Maybe one of his friends did that or something. But I have no idea. $8:32. At least the music's nice. This is the classic Dragon Quest music. Yeah, he got up again. Hi. You were laying down. I know, and then that car alarm went off. I know. We have a lot of people around here that don't know how the car alarms work. When I lived in Mount Holly, there was a family below me for a couple years, and their kid was learning to drive. Yeah, he was like, 16, 17 years old. And he could, whenever he came home, he could never get the car alarm to go on right, and he'd always, like, on the button thing, he'd always hit the wrong button, and then the alarm would go off, and his dad would have to go out there and fix it, and he'd be like, "You did it again!" Like, this is the kind of thing my father would have done too. Like, why? I already explained this to you. And it's just like, come on, man. They were not the greatest neighbors. They didn't last long, though. That was my third downstairs neighbor. The first one was sucked. When I first moved in, they used to, on the weekends, they used to blast their sound system. And they'd listen to, like, real, like, bassy, like, R&B. And, like a freaking apartment would shake. And they moved. It's actually like a couple months. It was sometime that summer. They moved, and then there was a military couple underneath me for a couple years. They were cool. They were from Baltimore. That was the year the Ravens won the Super Bowl, and I remember they like had like this crazy tailgate that day. They were so psyched. I remember at the end of the game, I just kind of muted my TV and just like listened to them like go wild downstairs. They were cool. And then after that, I had an older woman. She was a pediatric nurse. And so she was there like at like all kinds of rando hours. Took one hit point off me, eh? Yeah, at least in that cave we were making a lot of are we just gonna be grinding? Not for too much longer, because we're already at we just need another 150. So what time is it? Another like 5 minutes probably. Yeah, because these things give you like 20 gold, I guess. So it shouldn't take too long. But at a cave, they were giving you a lot of gold. That's why the guide had you go there so you could get the gold for the armor. Yeah, it makes sense, I guess. Sure, why not? But yeah, this game's not great, but I should play through it. And there's only 10 more Dragon Quest games. They get better quickly. By 3 and 4, they're pretty good. They get it right. Yeah, see, we're already up at we only got 50 more. But yeah, I think what we'll do is we'll get the armor, we'll go back to the castle, and then we'll wrap up. Because I don't want to start something and not be able to save. That's another reason I want to do this on stream, where I'd have like a 2-hour window. Because they didn't add like an autosave feature or anything, which kind of sucks too that they didn't do that. They half-assed this so much. Unlike those Final Fantasy reissues add like stuff like that. The Final Fantasy 9 one was really enjoyable because they made it very straightforward. Yeah, Little League Baseball Championship Edition is a really cool game on the NES. It's the same game engine as Baseball Stars. It's a really fun game, and that's another 91 game that for the 30th anniversary. Yeah, that game is super fun. That was one of those, you rent it and you're like, oh, another baseball game, Little League, okay, and you rent it and you're like, whoa, this is like Baseball Stars, and but it's like kids. Oh, we're at 3,000. Okay. Oh, come on. Yeah, that's a fun game. Definitely. Yeah, and then next week, yeah, we'll play Utopia. Next Thursday. Yeah, we'll alternate between Dragon Quest and Utopia. God, what a geeky combo that is. That's awesome. That is some nerdy stuff there. Where are we going in here? Was it you? Armory. Yes, I would like to equip it. Sell. I would like to sell my iron armor. And I would... No, oh, no, no. I would like to sell my iron shield. How do we get another... Oh, we got it in the cave. That's right. And so we already got 1,000. Very cool. Alright, let's go back to the castle, and then we'll wrap up. Yeah, so then next week is, yeah, we'll play Utopia, and then, F-Zero Maximum Velocity on the Game Boy Advance. That's another, that is a, 2001 game. So, 20th anniversary. And I've never played. We played F-Zero on, Extra Life Day. That was the 30th anniversary, year, is, 91 for that. Oh, we're at level 11 also. So we went up 3 levels in this stream. That's good. But I've never played Maximum Velocity. I hear it's good. F-Zero's cool. No stream on Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is Mystery Science Theater Marathon night every year. Uh, Going back 30 years. That's Turkey Day Marathon. So we will be taking the night off for MST. And they're doing a marathon on Twitch. They're voting. They're doing fan voting right now for it. But back in the day, they used to do 24 hours. Actually, it's longer than 24 hours, I think, a couple times on when they were on Comedy Central before they went over to Sci-Fi. And I think it's only classic episodes. I don't think it's any of the Netflix ones, which is good because they're not great. But yeah, Thanksgiving is MST. That is sacred ground. It serveth even the mighty to take pause and reflect upon their deeds from time to time. I hate that fake medieval speak. Yeah, so no stream on Thanksgiving. We will be streaming on Christmas Eve is a Thursday. So we're gonna stream Mario Kart 64. Because the next morning the N64 episode, the annual holiday episode, will come out. Um, and yeah, and we're gonna do the New Year's Eve marathon too. Um, we might cut that down a couple games though, but yeah, because New Year's Eve is a Thursday also, so we might as well. I'm not doing anything. I don't think. I don't know, the way the news is looking, I don't think anybody's doing anything on New Year's Eve, so you might as well, it's funny how many people are picking up streaming. I was talking to a couple of my students today who were talking about that like, yeah, I started streaming during this because I figured, what the hell, why not? And a bunch of people watch, like 5 people watch me every time. I'm like, yeah, that's pretty much what happened to me, too. Some of my regulars are over with Vanna Dwight right now. So, but, yeah, so that's the classic Dragon Quest art that you might recognize from Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, Sunday night should be good for Little League. That's a cool game. We'll play it for like an hour. That's pretty much all you gotta do. But I wanted to play that because it's a 30th anniversary for it. So, all right, yeah, I'm gonna wrap this up. I think a little early too. I'm gonna head over to I'll head over to Greg's stream at 9, and I got a couple things to do um, around here as well. So thank you, Drew, for stopping by. Um, and yeah, so that will wrap it up for tonight. Yeah, we'll be back with Little League Baseball Championship Edition, and then yeah, we'll play Newtopia next week, and we'll take it from there. All right. As always, talk soon.